I just want to dedicate this one to Africa. You know, I want to dedicate this one to all the African superstars before me that didn't get these opportunities that I'm getting. Yeah, it's just amazing. And Africa to the world, guys!
At first glance, you see Tyla giving an acceptance speech for the award she just received, but when you look closely at the audience, there are a few uninterested faces, and this is just a reflection of what's been slowly happening to Tyla's career. She is losing support from the African American audience. In less than a year since releasing her hit song, Water, her viewership dropped by 92%. And in the past month alone, she lost almost 6 million Spotify listeners. She still stands at an impressive 26 million. However, the future of her career hangs in the balance. Why is that happening and how? When she won 2 BET Awards, people felt like there were more deserving artists like Era Star or Sexy Red. To add insult to injury, the BET Awards, a show meant to showcase and acknowledge Black talent, gave awards to someone who doesn't even identify as Black. This takes us to the real reason she's losing momentum: her polarizing colored identity. During her interview at the Breakfast Club, she got the opportunity to educate people better about her colored identity, considering the triggering history of the word in America.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too.
Her silence was seen as a slap in the face because she is in their country, making use of their platforms to further her career. Therefore, it makes sense that she provides further context for using the word in a country that finds it offensive. This caused outrage and prompted Tyla to give a brief explanation on Instagram. She clarified that she does regard herself as Black, but she's considered colored in South Africa due to her Zulu, Mauritian, Indian, and Irish heritage.
In South Africa, my race is called colored. And it's a very stressful term to use in America because I know it's a derogatory term.
Right.
But I mean, that's what we are called in South Africa.
Right.
Tyla kept it simple, but there's a darker truth she's omitting. The term colored was introduced in 1950 by the apartheid government to describe people of mixed heritage in South Africa. This didn't include monoracial Black people. The majority of mixed-race offspring at that time came from grape. On top of that trauma, biracial individuals were ripped from their monoracial African families and placed in a segregated location for mixed-race individuals to live. This is how colored communities were formed, and procreation in these communities brought about a population of mixed heritage people. So what is the justification for canceling Tyla? When she said,
"They never had a pretty girl from Joburg, see me now, and that's what they prefer."
Some African Americans felt like she's flaunting her mixed heritage. It reminded them of Danny Lee's Yellow Bone song, flexing her fair skin to taunt her boyfriend's dark-skinned baby mama. She was being colorist and didn't even show remorse when she was called out on it. Tyla, on the other hand, was talking about being a pretty girl from Johannesburg, a majority Black city consisting of people from many races, cultures, and backgrounds. Regarded as the city of gold, Johannesburg has opportunities that attract people from different parts of the world. So a pretty girl from Joburg could be anyone. Therefore, Tyla wasn't flexing her heritage in the faces of African Americans. Colorism, texturism, and featureism is still prevalent in colored communities. So some colored individuals do see themselves as better than monoracial Africans. However, Tyla doesn't seem to do that. She loves her sister's darker skin tone and coily hair.
What's the one thing that each of you guys love about the other one and wouldn't change?
Physically, like my hair.
Yeah. Her hair.
Okay, choose something that's not, that can't be taken off.
I like her skin color.
Aww.
It's true that some colored individuals would rather distance themselves from their African ancestry and are racist towards monoracial Africans.
I don't want colored people to be called Black.
As a black person, I don't want them to be called black because they are so racist and they see themselves better than us. So when someone outside my own country says these people are colored people, these people are black people, they're not black people, they are colored people. I don't consider them to be in my community. I don't consider colored people to be in my community. So therefore, I don't see myself standing up for them ever. Have you ever experienced racism with a colored person and you look at them, you're just like, what the fuck makes you think you're better than me?
There are a plethora of coloreds who embrace their African ancestry and are against anti-blackness.
I've been exposed to so much racism, not just only from white South Africans, but so many colored South Africans. And I think this has just given me such a huge perspective of how big of a problem this is. You know, in our communities, you would hear people making a joke, saying, no, you need to Brazilian your hair. No, you need to do this. No, you need to take away all parts of yourself that make you black in order to fit into white people's standards and European standards. Okay, like I grew up with that narrative, being told that my hair is terrible, being told that I need to relax my hair, and these days being told that I need to Brazilian my hair. But I just realized that that is such a huge take on how much colored people just hate the blackness within themselves and hate the color within themselves. It's like they want to be white so desperately, or they want to gain white people's approval so desperately. It is sickening how I've encountered and experienced more racism from people within the colored community than I have from actual white people. It's disgusting.
It can be argued that being colored in South Africa is the same as being Creole in America. The average African American carries about 24% of European ancestry and probably has more in common with South African coloreds than monoracial Africans. A simple Google search will let you know that the Black experience is different outside of America. The one-drop rule doesn't apply everywhere, and the term colored isn't always a slur. African Americans reclaimed the N-word and use it as a term of endearment, despite it being a slur used to oppress and degrade Black people all around the world. When African American artists tour the world and use the word on international stages, no one says anything, even though the N-word is offensive to Black people all around the world. The word colored only offends African Americans. Why doesn't Tyla get the same grace? Will Tyla's career survive without support from the African American audience? The truth is, most artists in America do well with or without their support. African Americans are a minority and have limited buying power. The reason why someone like Drake can be regarded as the best rapper today is the same reason why someone as talented as Normani isn't a massive superstar. One of them appeals to all audiences, while another typically appeals to a Black audience. Tyla is specifically pushed because she has the look that appeals to all audiences. Therefore, she needs more than the African American audience to thrive. She just needs to release another hit to bounce back.